That's great, Klaus. Definitely gets into kind of the meat of this, and it seems like liquidity. I saw that Proppy, they actually brought a home on chain recently, but they did it through bringing the deed on chain. However, it's I don't believe that you can split that up, and so it's a $600,000 item.
Yeah.
That's been brought on. I don't really know exactly how they would, bring that to a secondary market. Is that something that you've seen as well?
Yeah, I've heard rumors of it at least, and I think fractionalizing that NFT will be really tough. But maybe it can be done. I don't know. I think there's not a lot of legal work in it, and as if I owned 1% of that NFT, I wouldn't really know what I would own, and I think the legal sort of protection in it would be quite poor, perhaps. But I don't know.
I think something that we're a bit curious of as well is, for us, forming a DAO, we have a lot of regulatory hurdles, on our end that we're trying to work out. And so in the tokenization of assets, and especially like securities in particular, and I know you're focused in the EU, is it very difficult to tokenize these assets based on jurisdiction, nationally, or is it very similar?
The US is the easiest place to tokenize generally, I would say. Most of our projects are actually in the US. It's the largest market for us. I think 25 out of 60 clients or something like that is in the US. Tokenization of shares is recognized quite well in the US, and as long as you stay within securities regulation, there's no problem with the SEC. It is actually more difficult in Europe and in Asia as well, because there's a lot of fragmented jurisdictions, right, with each their own understanding of how it should be done. And in many countries, it's not clarified yet how tokenization can be done, and how you would legally and technically represent the share with a token, and what you do about the share certificate and so forth. And there's even more complicated regulation around trading. If you wanted to trade those securities, what kind of licenses you'd need and so forth, and it becomes really expensive on the legal side too. But there's a number of countries where we have done it at this stage, and where it's open for business, I would say. So and it's growing all the time, and the European Union, for instance, is also bringing forth regulation to sort of clarify and make this the same regulation in the entire European Union area. We don't really see the same in Asia. Asia is even worse, I would say. We have some countries like Singapore that is, in my opinion, really almost over-regulated in the space, and is becoming sort of unnecessarily expensive for people to tokenize. And from our point of view, a tokenized share really should just be viewed as a normal share, just a digital version of it, and nothing else, right? But some regulators tend to complicate matters and lump tokenized securities together with cryptocurrencies, and sort of get it mixed up sometimes, and that doesn't help.
That makes sense. That's really unfortunate. I feel like for quite some time we understood Singapore as like maybe a crypto sort of friendly, place for people to go. And recent news, right? They've really cracked down, sort of, I think, unnecessarily heavily.
Yeah.